say something?
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm recovering from COVID, so I'm on the road to recovery. So that's a good thing.
Yes, that is a good thing. I'm so happy you're recovered. We're just waiting for 1-2 more people. We'll give it another minute or two. If they come good, if they don't, we'll just continue.
Okay, perfect.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Southern Indiana in the United States, and I'm a Reiki master practitioner. I'm a master EFT tapping practitioner, law of attraction coach, angel card reader, single mom. I do it all.
Wow, what an amazing profile you have there.
I'm in the process of just opening my business. I moved to this area back in July from about an hour away. So it's trying to get up and running, I also work a full-time job. So, trying to get the business up and going while I'm working full-time, and everything else it's slow, but it's getting there.
That's awesome. I'm
one
glad.
step at a time.
Yep, exactly. One step at a time. I see we have another guest here. And thank you so much for making the time, Nancy.
Yeah, I was going to ask Nancy if it would be okay for her to put on her camera.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
It's a little bright in here, so.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Are you friends with Christina?
We are Facebook friends, yes.
My goodness, they look alike. You took it right out of my mouth. Like I was going to say, I wasn't going to ask if you were friends. I was going to ask, are you a sister? I was just going to ask that. Whoa!
We actually met through mutual friends on Facebook. So
you guys sound quite similar as well.
well, I'm pretty hoarse from coughing. So
wow.
Hi, Marin, how are you?
Marin, good to have you here. Can you turn on your camera if you don't mind? I think it's still connecting. It's still trying to connect. I'll just go check up. I'll check up on Francisca to see how she's doing with her stuff.
So usually we have these webinars on a weekday, but what we realize a lot of people are working. So we kind of did it on a Saturday. I'm in Jakarta, Indonesia right now. So it's like 12 hours different from your time. From 10.
Well, my son is stationed in Germany, so I'm very familiar with time differences.
Yeah. And then
that's like a 7 hours difference from me. So Germany is so.
After this webinar, I have a workshop, midnight my time.
Goodness.
One of my friends, I'm originally from Hong Kong, but I moved to Indonesia 5 years ago. And one of my friends she moved to the US. So she always requests me to do these workshops for children. So she asked me to do one today.
That is awesome.
So we have one of our colleagues and coaches, Francisca. I don't know, she's not being able to connect, but I respect your time, so I'll continue and we'll see if she comes in at that time.
Okay.
Okay. So good evening, good morning, whichever part of the world you are in. My name is Yogesh Kapoor. I am the founder of the Art of Speaking Academy and the Art of Skills Academy. I'm a communications coach. I compete in the World Championship of Public Speaking every year, and I made it to top 30 back in 2017. So that's just a quick brief about myself, and later on I'll be introducing the other coaches over here. So I would be interested to know, Nancy, what made you attend this webinar?
Actually, my friend Aaron recommended it for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Erin is a great friend too. We were part of a platform at one time, and she did take one of the courses with us earlier last year in summer. So I'll just continue. And Maren, what about you? Are you able to turn on your camera? Or are you able to say something?
Maren, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can hear
we
you.
can hear you now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm happy to be here. My name is Maren Mabas. I live in the city of Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. I am a volleyball coach. I play volleyball and I coach volleyball. Some time ago in 2016, I attended a training in coaching for life, but basically it has to do with coaching volleyball. But in recent times, I have taken a job in the city of Jos with an organization, and I'm serving there as the youth coordinator. And my profile is growing, and I've had to work with different youth groups in the city of Jos in Nigeria. And I thought it's be good for me to add to my profile and learn what it means to become a life coach. I think it's something that I really want to do. And I contacted my old friend, Grace, because I know she's a life coach. I've been following her on Facebook. So she told me that I needed to come here, and she's sent me the link. And I'm just happy to be here today. And I would like to know more about it. And I just want to become a life coach.
Thank you. Thank you, Maren, for that introduction and also your desire to be a life coach. And you work with the youth. You know, I've been working with the youth for the last 6 years. And I love working with them as a public speaking trainer and coach. And even me, myself, I decided to transit into life coaching last year. And I got my certification. And then I even taught life coaching with Grace last year. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you took out the time on a Saturday to be here. So I'm not going to take more of your time, and I'll just get into it. So, you know, you came here for the Quantum Transformation Coaching Program. And before I share my slides with you, I just want to say, you know, the last 2 years has been really hard on the world. And now is the best time for light workers like us to be out there and help the world. And that's why many people have become coaches or NLP experts, and, you know, whatever niche they feel they're strong in. I'm more in communication. Grace, who I will introduce later, is into transformational coaching. And if Francisca can log in later on, our third partner in this program, she is a spiritual coach. So I will introduce her. So we all have our own niches, but in the end of the day, we all coach in our own way, and we do life coaching. So I'm going to share my screen with all of you to let you know more about this program. Just give me a second. Strange, it's not showing. Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Yes, it's on.
Okay, perfect. So you must be wondering, what is quantum transformational coaching, right? So this is a program which we created, me, Grace, and Francisca, the 3 coaches. And it is a 12-week coaching program where we divide it into coaching, transformation, and quantum. That's why we call it the quantum transformation coaching. Now, I know some of you are already coaches. You might know some of this stuff. And for some of you who are new to life coaching, pay attention. You could really get something out of this. Those of you that are already coaches, there might be something that, you know, you might learn more from this program. I personally have taken a lot of courses, and I keep taking to upgrade my knowledge and keep learning. So let me break down this 12-week program for you. The first part to this program will be the coaching. So the first 4 modules is about effective coaching. The first 2 modules will be talking about effective communication. What is effective communication? Now, we know how to communicate, but we have to understand the difference between a communication as a coach and general communication. So these are 2 modules that I will be covering, where we will understand communication as a coach, how to effectively communicate to your prospects or to your clients, how to set boundaries and expectations even before you start coaching them. And at the same time, we will be deep diving into module 3, which is the art of listening. Now, after you understand the difference between coaching as a communicating as a coach, the most important thing you have to learn is the art of listening. You have to be a master listener in order for you to be a master coach. Now, listening is not as easy as it looks. There are a lot of times we listen to react, but when we're coaching, we have to listen to acknowledge, have empathy, compassion for our client. So we'll be deep diving into the different types of listening and how to listen effectively. And the 4th module to this will be asking empowering questions. Now, we all know as coaches, we can completely switch our client's mind by asking them the right questions. And they have to be empowering questions which are time-bound and specific. Because if we don't know the questions we're asking from our clients, they're not going to be directed towards the right answers. And as coaches, we all know we're not supposed to give the answers to our clients. They are supposed to discover their own answers. But for that, we have to first listen carefully, and we have to ask them strong questions. So that's the first 4 modules, first 4 lessons we'll be learning in the module of coaching. And the next part of the whole program is the transformation. And the transformation part will be covered by my very good friend, my accountability partner, Grace Adibo. She is a transformational life coach. She's also the owner of a nonprofit organization. And there's a lot of titles she has, but you know, I'll give you a simple title for her. She's an action taker. The time I have known her, it's been a little over 1.5 years that I've known her. She takes action, you know, and that's why she's perfect to be a transformational coach. I mean, she's my accountability partner. And every time I fall out of accountability, she's the one who pulls me back in. So Grace, I switch it over to you.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, while you were speaking, there's always this rush, like every time we're talking about coaching, and it has a lot to do with the passion attached to coaching. Sorry, Nancy.
Sorry, I'm going to mute it so that I don't cough in while you're presenting.
Okay, please. Yes. All right. Yeah. So the passion, number 1 is the passion. So I'm always very grateful whenever we have time to do something like this. So like Yogesh already mentioned, I am a transformational life coach, but I always like to add a little bit of just a short story before I introduce the area that I would be taking in the course. So I'm a trained physicist, and I say that a lot these days with so much pride, because many years ago, I tossed my certificate somewhere and I never acknowledged it. I would not mention anything about physics and all the things that I did in physics until recently, when I became, not recently, but my journey into life coaching made me discover that in life, nothing is a waste. So I went back, to dust my books, and I started looking at the connection between science and coaching. So today, what we'll be discussing when we get into the course proper is all about life coaching. And again, the first time I heard life coaching, it was on TV, and I know Yogesh has heard this a billion times. Someone came on TV and introduced himself as a life coach. And this was like 12 years ago. And as soon as he introduced himself, I was like, who the hell do you think you are, calling yourself a life coach? I felt no one knows this life enough to become a life coach. Now, I was operating from the knowledge that I had at the time. So when I was working in a multinational I worked in the multinational for 10 years. So sorry, I'm going to get into my course very soon, but I need to give a background story on how I entered into life coaching. So I heard about the man that said he was a life coach. I did not take him seriously, and I moved on, with my job, and I noticed that I was doing some things that man mentioned in my corporate job. And I just started researching life coaching, what life coaching was about and what life coaching is. And I'm super, super excited to let you know that the decision I made to become a life coach is the best decision yet. So in the course, we're going to be talking about life coaching, what it really means. What is life coaching? What life coaching is not. And Yogesh, if you don't mind, I'd like for you to share just a briefly the slide on the things that I will be taking in the course. Right, so while Yogesh is trying to put that up, I'm going to be sharing what life coaching is not. So we have several modalities on, trying to help people achieve certain goals. We have therapy, we have counseling, we have mentoring, we have a lot. We have several modalities, but life coaching is unique. Life coaching has a life of its own, and in the course we're going to go deep. We'll go deep into what life coaching is. We're going to talk about the modalities, the competencies, and the application. For me, that's the best part. Application of life coaching in our jobs, in our career. So there are 12 critical areas of life that we're going to be discussing, and how we can implement life coaching as a tool in all those areas. So we have relationship, we have family, we have health and fitness, my favorite, by the way. I say it anytime I get the chance to talk about it. Career and business, we have peace and contentment, we have energy and passion, we have a lot. So all these areas of life, they are, you can also call them the niches, where people become very, very interested in a particular area. So an area you're really interested in, like Yogesh mentioned, he's a communications coach. I'm a transformational life coach. And what I do basically is to help people change their mindsets and take action. So the transformation as a coach, as a life coach, you get to understand the area that is interesting. The area that you're interested in. And one thing about this course that I must add is the fact that you don't just learn and go, you learn and practice. So we're going to have a practice section where whatever we learn, we practice, and we're going to practice, each student will practice, and we'll give assignments where you start the coaching. The assignments will be with clients. You can start with your friends and family, and by the time you come, you're going to show us some of the things that you did with your supposed clients, friends, and people. So it's really going to be experiential. So that's the first part of the coaching. And then we're going to talk about competencies. We're going to talk about contracts between the client and the coach, those areas that you need to know, the agreement, the things that you need to understand when it comes to coaching your clients. Very important. We're going to discuss that in the course. We're also going to discuss emotional intelligence and social quotient. So all these things, you would learn them, how to use them as a coach, how to use all these skills, EQ, SQ, as a coach. Very important. It's going to be in the course. And then very importantly, we're going to talk about mindset. Yogesh, did you put it up? Oh, right. I was on another slide. I didn't even see it. Yeah, so we're going to talk about values, beliefs, how we need to move away from limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs, because like Yogesh mentioned, you are going to come up with your own solution when you're working with a client. You're not advising them. In the course, we're going to talk, very seriously about what you can be doing or what you should be doing as a coach, and not a therapist, a counselor, a mentor, or the other modalities out there. Again, the SQ and that, and then there's a physics part of it, we're going to use the CLAIR method. There are several modalities. We're going to use the CLAIR method on goal setting. A lot. I cannot tell you all the things that we're going to be learning in the course, but this is a summary of some of the things that we're going to be talking about in the course, the coaching tools that we're going to be using, and then we'll give the coaching agreement, and we'll try it. We'll talk about it in class, and we'll do experiments, like you share it in class, you do it with someone, you pick someone, and it's really going to be experiential. So for me, that's a win-win. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the law of vibration. Now, this is where I'll pause a minute. We added the quantum part. Francisca, unfortunately, is not here. She should have been able to talk more about the quantum area, but what I'll be talking about is coming from the background of physics, and I'll be sharing everything about energy, frequencies, and all the things you may have heard, but in a different light. So this and more would be the things that we will be, sharing in the course that's coming up, and we're going to be doing all this in 12 weeks. So that's what I'll be doing. And like I said, I'm not able to share all the things I'll be doing, but with time, would update you with other things that we'll be sharing. Thank you so much for having us to this presentation. Thank you, Yogesh. Back to you.
Thank you, Grace, for telling us your part. Unfortunately, our third partner, Francisca, is having internet issues. She just sent me a message, but I'll just go over her module. She will be doing the quantum part of this, where we will be covering EFT tapping and healing from inside out, and having the courage to step into your soul's journey. Basically, it'll be trying to get you to understand what these modalities are and experience it yourself, so that you can focus those on your clients as well. Because I think, Nancy, since you are also into EFT and all, you probably understand that this is totally different from the regular coaching methodologies. And this and this takes you into the quantum field. And the journey of healing from inside out is very important, right? Like I used to be a shy kid, and till I didn't heal, I was not able to be a communication coach. And all of us are here actually to heal. And when we heal the people around us. So that is a very important part of being a coach, is when you are able to apply those to yourself, that's only when you can apply it to others out there. And the courage to step into your soul's journey. We all have that purpose, that soul's journey. And 2022 is the year where I believe all the light workers, all the people who want to take their game a step up are doing it. Erin, she's also stepped up quite a bit this past year with her programs and all.
222 means new beginnings.
Yep. 222 is the feminine energy, right? It's the motherly
Yes.
energy, and it's the healing energy. Because I'm born on June 20, so I know I'm a number 2. And so is my daughter. She'll be turning 18 on February 22nd. So
Wow, that's an amazing day.
Yeah.
Big
so,
portals.
Big portal, exactly. So this year is the year of light workers. And this is the year I believe, we have to take a step forward. And that's why all the other masters are, moving on their journey. Earlier we had one of the monks, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He moved on. Bob Proctor moved on day before, right? All these masters have moved on because this is the next phase. This is our phase, but I sorry, I'm going a bit out of topic, but I just had to mention that. But this is the other 4 weeks of the portal. And we also have one of our, a special guest speaker coming up. She's also a lot into the quantum field, but that's a secret guest speaker. We won't talk about her now, but she'll be coming and doing a recoding session as well in this 12-week program. Now, before we get into any Q&A, question and answers, you might be wondering, what this 12-week program is probably going to cost. So I'll just get right into it. The original cost of this program is actually, the investment you have is actually $299, but only for special people who attend the webinar, we're giving it at $999. Now you can ask Erin, the last program she did with us was costing more with only 8 weeks of lessons. This is 12-week program, 3 different coaches. And it is not just where you come and you hear us teach you, you get to experience, because we are going to have triad groups while we are on call, on the Zoom calls. And you'll be getting into your triads weekly and on the Zoom calls and practicing the methodologies that we will be talking about. And I see Erin is, Francisca is here. So I'll just stop share for now. Hey, Francisca, how are you?
It's been crazy. I apologize, guys.
It's okay, we know.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, Myron.
So I just went through your module, but now that you're here, maybe you can add something to it.
All righty. Can you just pop it up a second, just so like that I can walk them through it here, please? Yeah. And thank you.
Just give me a second.
No worries. The Mercury retrograde was done yesterday.
Yeah, the effects are still there though.
So thank you everyone for being here. I'm so excited to be able to be in the space sharing with Yogesh and Grace, their genius. As we pull up here, I'm gonna wait for him to pull up here. So what we want to be able to cover here is be able to do tapping. And I wanted to know, are you familiar with tapping?
I'm actually a master EFT tapper.
Oh, so that's awesome. How long have you been doing the tapping modalities, Nancy?
I've been a Reiki master for about 3 years now. And then I discovered tapping about a year ago.
Oh, awesome. So I've been tapping for quite a few years. When the brother and sister were teaching it mostly, I mean, they were running most of the programs back in the day. And so when the quantum conversation comes up, one of the many things we got to do is clear ourselves out, right? So basically the experience is going to be able to open up using tapping to our quantum field. so that we can provide modalities for our clients that are going to connect them from the inside out, which is why my second point that I will be training on is healing from the inside out. We have a lot of inner conversations that affect our outer self. Does that make sense so far?
Mhm.
And so we want to be able to take the courage to step into our soul's journey, because we're all having a human experience. So being able to work with that, being able to teach about that, so that your client that is receiving that information is going to be able to have self-mastery versus knowledge mastery. So, because you can have a lot of knowledge, but what are you doing for the self? So that then you can have an open heart, so then you can have an open platform, and you're going to be able to have, when you're doing your coaching modalities, be able to trade, be able to expand, be able to connect, because the quantum field has so many variations and so much, it has beautiful energy that we can connect and be able to translate it to impact our lives and the lives of others. Does that make sense so far?
Perfect.
Great. So what I do is also doing something that's called time release, so that I will use the tapping to go into the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, releasing conversations that keep us where we are right now. So my portion of the training versus what Grace and Yogesh are going to be doing is going to be more into the interconnection between the quantum field, our soul, our spirituality, and our humanness, so that then we can expand that through our client base, have them have a better experience, and be able to not only have tools, because we can be full of information, but application. And then you can receive that next level that you're looking to interpret yourself and be able to expand within yourself. And then that will be a commitment to be an effective coach, so that you can have action, purpose, and momentum. Because you take courses, I've taken millions of courses since I was young. I've been part of the, back in the day, the AST and the Forum and the Landmark, and done a lot of things with Tony Robbins. So we can be full of information, or we're going to take that information, especially now in 2022 and the alignments that's happening with the planets. Believe it or not, I've tried my computer, my laptop, and my cell phone, and I couldn't get on anywhere. So it came to surrender. I said, okay, if I'm meant to be here, it's going to show up. And if not, I got to let it go, because the universe has an expression of itself, right?
Right.
Are we
It's
there
this is
yet?
something better.
Yeah.
It's that
It's like,
surrender and release.
yeah, it's like, are we there yet, or am I still fighting it? So I check in with myself all the time. Am I there yet? Okay, quantum field, what is it that you want me to do something amazing today? So exactly, show me the journey, so that then I can be expansive on it, right? And so that being said, it's my commitment to be able to bring purpose and momentum, because now you have the tools, now you're going to create a purpose, now you're going to have momentum, because we're going to have rooms where, instead of other coaching platforms, and I don't know if Yogesh and Grace talked about this already, we're going to have rooms so you can practice the information. And so it's going to be a beautiful space that not only is going to give you great material, not only are you diving into the quantum field, not only are you diving to the massive amount of great content that Yogesh and Grace has, but we'd only be able to do it from that space of interconnection and grounding. So I hope that makes sense. Once again, I apologize for the delay to come on here, but do you have any questions, Nancy or Maren? Do you have any questions?
I don't have any.
Okay, Maren, do you have any questions? I see that you're not on camera. I love looking at people, but I imagine you might not be able to get on camera. Is there anything that I can respond for you? Okay, so I guess Maren doesn't have any questions either. So basically, we have very limited space. We're going to take a small team, and we want to create an experience, which is why we're doing it as a small group. So I imagine that Yogesh is going to go through it, but we're going to be sending everybody an email. So you're going to have the ability to sign up for the course. We don't have the exact date lined up yet, simply because we're looking to have the right team that's going to be able to then turn it around. So we will be getting back with everybody with those dates, but I'm going to pass it back over to Yogesh, and I hope that fulfilled where you were at sharing what I'm going to be doing, and that it gives gravity to Nancy and Maren.
Thank you, Francisca. So just before you came, I was showing them the slide with the actual value of the course. And I was explaining that, you know, you're getting 3 different coaches. You're getting Grace, yourself, and me. In this course, we're going to have triad rooms. They're going to be practicing what we're teaching. It's not just about learn and go, you know, go out there in the world and do it on your own. You're going to be having triad groups that you will be working with on a weekly basis. You guys have to get together and practice as well, because we want to make sure, like how Francisca and Grace said earlier, right? It's not just about you learning. It's about you applying what you learn. And that's the best way to be a coach, is apply what you learn. And I've told you guys the price already. And if you have any other questions about it, do let us know. And we will let you know, we will answer your questions. So Maren, you sure you don't have any questions? You can put it in the chat if you can't speak. We'll wait for you a minute or two in case you have any questions. I guess not.
You guys did a great job explaining, I guess.
Marian, are you there?
Hear me? Are you hearing
Yes,
me?
we can hear you now. We can hear you now. You probably he was speaking while he was muted.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I would like to know what exactly EFT means. EFT? Tapping.
Emotional
I would like to know.
freedom. Sure, Mara, great question. It's really breaks down to emotional freedom techniques.
Oh,
And
okay.
EFT has been used for quite a few years. There was a brother and a sister that started sharing the modality. And you tap, it's called your meridians.
Yeah.
So you're tapping in different meridians in your body. Call it acupuncture for all intents and purposes. But I feel that it's a much higher vibration than going into acupuncture or anything like that, even though you're touching meridians, because you're deprogramming or decluttering conversations that you have, things that are going in your body, things that you want to be able to put out, so that each one of those meridians or each area that you're tapping, there's a reason for it.
Okay.
And there's a reason of what your objective is, and there's a reason of what you're looking to clear out. And then you want to be able to take it through identifying where you are and being able to get to a different place. And the best thing that I can say to you is, if one can get out of one's mind and be able to be in one's heart, because otherwise you're not going to get the full experience. So sometimes tapping is something that is being used in schools right now with a lot of children, because we are in a society with a lot of depression and suicide and everything else. So tapping is what seems to be a very simple modality, really seems to be really simple modality, but a massive impact.
Yeah.
And it can open up and connect and provide beautiful results. Go ahead, Nancy.
We had a school shooting here in Connecticut several years ago, and a tapping practitioner by the name of Nick Ortner, he brought in a team. He was from Sandy Hook and actually brought in a team there, and they tapped the whole community to help them release and process the emotions from that school shooting. And that was how I got into tapping.
Oh.
Well, Nick Ortner and his sister, is really the original creators of tapping. He's an amazing man.
Okay.
So it's something that some people have not heard about, but once you apply it, you'll see why this opens you up. I apply it from the spiritual quantum connection. So I take it to the unconscious, subconscious mind, because my quantum work and what I've been doing around quantum work is about connecting ourselves to a higher level so that we can have a present experience in our human body and our human experience. Because you have so many coaches out there, so many different coaches, there's so many different modalities. What makes this different is just that we're sharing different modalities. My, I'm going to say my genius, I'm going to call it my genius, is being able to work the unconscious, subconscious mind and bring it into the consciousness so we can provide an aligned experience. Because we all have things. And I always say, I include myself in that, you know, we all have situations, we all go through things. And it doesn't mean that I'm not, I actually do all the time. I just have a different recognition about it and how long I sit with it, if that makes any sense to you, Merritt.
I use it in conjunction with my Reiki for my clients.
Mm.
If there are things that are stuck that we just can't get released through Reiki, we will use tapping to finish releasing it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope to
Yeah.
see you both in our upcoming course. Like we said, we have very few spots available. It's going to be a beautiful experience. You know, you're going to be certified in different things, and we're excited to work with you guys. So, you guys, if you want to go ahead and let them know, we're going to be sending them some information. And
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Francisca. So we'll be sending out you the whole syllabus of the course and a tentative date when we'll be starting. Once we have our small group, hopefully by then we will. And, you know, and the details of the pricing and the payment link, and then you guys can sign up for it. And like we said, we only have a few spots. We don't want to make it a very big group. We want to keep it very, you know, discreet, so that everybody that who comes on is really practicing and learning all the things that we're going to teach. So that's about it for my side. Grace, would you like to add anything before we close the meeting?
Nothing really. It's just it's more about the quality of what we'll be dishing out. Its focus is the quality of what we'll be dishing out. So the best time is now. I always like to say that the best time is now. And one thing about coaching, and if you're going to be dealing with people, you're talking action. Action. I'm a sucker for action. So the time is now. So if you're thinking, should I? Just act now. Thank you. So that's all I have to say. Thank you, Yogesh, and thank you, Nancy, for coming. Thank you, Maren, for making it a date, and Francisca. Thank you.
I wanted to say to you guys, I want you guys to leave this course having an experience and being able to turn around and share with other people, because this is the perfect time to have this type of courses that Yogesh and Grace are going to be offering. People needing to be able to get themselves to the next level. So whether you're a coach, whether you want to be a coach, whether you're looking to expand your coaching tools, modalities, just, you know, come and join us. You'll have a great experience. So thank you guys, and have a beautiful weekend, everybody.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You
Wherever you
too.
are in the world.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Maren. Have a great
All right.
weekend.
You
Have
too.
a great weekend, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Maren.
Okay.
Okay.
Still recording.